Okay, so we're ready to get started here. Thank you everyone for being here. This is Jonathan Marx from the Medical Writing Network. I'm also the Senior Vice President of Inkwell Medical Communications, and today we're going to be talking about 5 ways to grow your medical writing business or career and how the new Medical Writing Network can help you. You can visit us online at medicalwritingnetwork.com. So let's review what we're going to be going over in this webinar. By the end of this webinar, I'm hoping you will know who we are and our expertise. I'm going to go over that at the beginning here. Understanding the expertise and experience we have to offer. You get a download of our 1-hour seminars package catalog, and as I mentioned before, we have over 30 hours of seminars in 7 categories. And I hope you develop a gut feeling and trust that we know what you need. We ourselves are medical writers. We know what medical writers need. We've had students from over 30 countries, so we're very familiar with many different kinds of medical writers. And we have students who've been with us who are English majors, to science majors, to masters in some kind of science, to PhDs, to physicians and healthcare professionals. We've really worked with a lot of different kinds of individuals who want to become medical writers. So we really feel like we're very familiar with who writers are. And we also hope by the end of the webinar that you'll understand that we have product offerings that meet your needs in a couple of different areas. One is convenience, affordability, and then easy access. And for those of you who stay to the end of the webinar, we have a bonus for you, a couple of bonuses actually, that we'll send to you via email. And we do know if you've stayed through the whole webinar, so if you do, you'll get those bonuses in the email after the webinar. So what this webinar covers in 1 hour, let's just go through this so you know what we're going to be covering. We just covered what you received with this webinar. Next, I'm going to go into our background and who we are. After that, we'll cover 5 ways to grow your medical writing business or career. Then we'll discuss the whys of the Medical Writing Network, why we've created this. We've had a number of other offerings before, but we're kind of updating everything and bringing you better technology and really to be able to help you in better ways. We'll talk about what the Medical Writing Network offers, our products and services. We'll take you on a tour of the membership website. We'll review the pricing, and then we'll review what we've covered, and then we'll take questions and a close. So let's move on. Let's talk first about who we are at the Medical Writing Network. Please let me present to you Johanna Lackner, who is the president of Inkwell Medical Communications. She is not on the webinar today, but she is available in other manners. Johanna has a background as an epidemiologist and author for the National Institutes of Mental Health. She is the author of an award-winning course called CME Training for Medical Writers, and for those of you who don't know, CME is Continuing Medical Education. That's the education that physicians and healthcare professionals have to take on an annual basis in order to be able to maintain their licensure. She also wrote the Diabetes Education Program from the American Academy of Physician Assistants. She's a current writer for grants for the American Academy of Family Physicians. She has published and is still publishing scientific journal articles and book chapters in pain medicine. She completed a USAID study on infant mortality rates in Nepal. She's an expert in adult learning and physician education, as am I. And she also manages degreed writers and key opinion leaders in many topics that we work on. This is myself, Jonathan Marx. I'm the director of the Medical Writing Network. I've got corporate experience as a senior vice president with Viacom, a large media company, also the Pacific Bell Yellow Pages, where I was the vice president of strategy. I have startup experience in a couple of different industries. One, TiVo, you may know the digital TV recorder. I was the vice president of operations there. ISP Channel, which was one of the first high-speed modem companies and service companies, I was the president. Starfish Health Partners, I was a founder. That was a network of healthcare providers providing services to patients. And I'm also, with Johanna, a startup owner of Inkwell Medical Communications. and the Medical Writing Network is part of that. Previously, I have run medicalwritingtraining.com, which is a series of online courses where you can take medical writing training courses online. We have 8 different courses there that you can buy in packages. I've also run the Medical Writing Festival, which is a series of webinars that we hold each year, and we've done this all from 2010 until now. We have students from over 30 countries, which we're really very proud of. We both love working with the students because we both work with them on medical writing training. I'm the host and trainer since 2013 for the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. The CDC found us in 2013 online. They found us online, and they have contracted with us to train their staff for the last 4 years. So we train them in medical writing, and we are going to be having a new contract with them in 2017, so we're very pleased that's continuing. I also work as the project director for a large website called ADHDinadults.com since 2013. That was originally funded by Health and Human Services Department of the government and is now funded by pharmaceutical companies. We've trained over 4,000 professionals online in ADHD in adults, and we are also on our YouTube channel approaching 100,000 YouTube views. Very proud of that. And also for this new channel, for the Medical Writing Network, we have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to, and we are already at 20,000 views. So I know a lot about promotion and communications. So together, Johanna and I really kind of have both ends of this, the technical writing, the marketing writing, the promotions, and we have a very nice company and stable of offerings. The last thing I'll mention here is that in 2017, I've been invited to be a major contributor with media and dissemination for a large European Union funded project on mental health and lifestyle, which should be very interesting. We've won a number of awards. We won a Webby Award. We've won a Cable Positive Award. That's a Cable Television Association award for our work in AIDS. The San Francisco AIDS Foundation gave us an award for corporate leadership. We've won a Telly Award for our work in AIDS. We've also won an Apex Award for Publication Excellence in Continuing Education. And back in 2011, we also won the CME Alliance Award for Johanna's course called CME for Medical Writers. If you want to stay in touch with us, you can do so on LinkedIn. And here are our URLs. If you just go to linkedin.com and you put in Johanna Lackner, you can connect with her. And if you put in Jonathan B. Marx, you can connect with me, and we encourage you to do that. We always like having friends, and we do post a fair amount on LinkedIn, as well as in Twitter and Facebook and also YouTube. So we're quite social, as you will learn. We also work with a faculty. So these folks have all contributed to our 1-hour seminar package where we have over 30 hours of seminars. It's not all us. We work with Barbara Gastel, who's at the Texas A&M University. She teaches writing. Emma Hitt Nichols, who's got her own writing company. George Buckland, who is a recruiter. There's Johanna, there's myself. Nancy Monson, who specializes in consumer health writing. Peggy McKee, who is a career coach, and we have a partnership with her where you can enjoy some of her offerings. Tom Lang is another well-known writer who travels the world teaching medical writing. And Zuleika Aponte works for the Centers for Disease Control. She's an epidemiologist, and she specializes in regulatory writing. So this is the stable of faculty that we have. We will be adding more as we go along here. So let's talk now about 5 ways to grow your medical writing business. So number 1, you need to be continually learning and updating your skills. It's staying up to date with the latest developments and improving the skills you have or learning new ones. If you're static with what you know, you're falling behind. So there are 2 places that you really need to learn, which is one, medical writing techniques, and that's really where our 1-hour seminar packages really help you, because we have, again, seminars in 30 different areas, 30 different topics, and it's up to date. We'll be doing a new webinar each month for you. And the other place you need to learn is, and stay up to date, is how to promote yourself. So there's really 2 areas as a medical writer that you need to stay up to date, which is, again, What are writing techniques you need to know? What's the latest? What are the latest protocols? And then the second thing is how to promote yourself. And how to promote yourself is always changing on the internet, as you probably know. And what we know you need, and how do we know you need this? We know this ourselves. We're medical writers, and we also know this from training students from 30 countries and also the CDC. We know that you need convenience. It's got to be easy, affordability. On these first 2 points, you can go to a lot of meetings, but you know that those meetings are quite expensive. You have to pay for your airfare or your transportation. You have to pay for the hotel and food, and you also lose time. So they're great to go to for personal interaction, but they're not really convenient. So we know that you need convenience and learning. We know you need affordability. We understand the economics of being medical writers. Income goes up and down, so you need something affordable and consistent. You're looking for expertise. And we also know that you need social interaction, which is really to communicate with other people, other experts, other peers, so that you can stay in touch. The second thing we know you need is you need to show the world what you have accomplished. You need to promote yourself. Writers are, for the most part, I think, introverts and are very good at researching and going deep and then coming back out and publishing. But at the same time, you need to promote yourself. And I've seen too many writers and know too many writers who feel uncomfortable with that. It's hard to switch from that introvert and that kind of self-focused or inner-focused or deeply focused skill, which you have, to come up out of yourself and be able to promote yourself. And many writers I know are not comfortable with that. They are concerned about how they come across. They're not sure what they should do. You need to do it in order to get found. You need to have a continual string of news and accomplishments so that people are aware of you, and when they think of, gee, I need a writer for something, that you become top of mind. We know that you need to show your evidence of training, that you've got training, you've got expertise. Again, we know that you need to have affordability in getting that training. You also need to have social media knowledge, which is how to have a presence on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you want, or even on your own website. I just saw the website of a medical writer who's very successful. She's a PhD, and I may have her come on for a presentation. On her website and on her resume, she shows year by year all the accomplishments she's done, the major projects she's worked on. It's a really brilliant way to show what she's doing and how active she is. You also need to have social interaction online so recruiters can find you. And when I say recruiters, I mean either professional recruiters or companies who are looking for writers. So you need to have a presence online, because that is the way that recruiters find people, is they look online. Number 3, you need to take advantage of learning from others. We all benefit from what's called social learning, where we learn together. You learn as a group, and as a group, we are smarter than any one individual. I belong to a number of groups online that are focused in medical areas, focused in marketing areas, and I learn so much from the other members and also the leaders of the groups. I'm constantly learning, and I really take time each week to participate socially so that I can get exposure to other people's ideas and successes. Some of the best lessons I've learned are from peers, where they're sharing what they're doing now and the success they've had, and I think, oh, I could work that into my, I could put that arrow in my quiver, and I now have a new tool. So what we know you need is connection with others. Again, affordability. I'm going to bring that up every time because I know that's an issue. You need convenience, where you don't have to take yourself away from, what you're doing. You can kind of fit being social into your schedule. And again, what I described before, you need social interaction, which is balancing your introvert with your extrovert. We can't just live one way. The fourth thing I will say is continuity. Learning and socializing are not once and done. I know I fall into this trap. You may too. You may be active and do something for a little while as a focus, and then you have to move on to other things, but it really hasn't become a habit. So what I want to say is that your learning is never finished and your socializing is never finished. It's a continual process of making impressions, progress, and connections. And what we know you need, and we need this ourselves, help in making progress in your business or career and having regular participation in networking and learning. You may belong to other organizations or associations which provide some of that. I will share with you that we will provide this in spades. We have a Facebook group. We're going to have group coaching. We're going to continue to have new webinars. So we're really about continuity and continuing to educate ourselves. And I'll tell you, I host these webinars, and every time I host one of the webinars, I learn a lot as well. And then the final thing that we know you need is a growing online presence. It's where you get found and you can communicate with people. So again, it's continuity and continuing to be out there while you're continuing to work on your medical writing. I hope this is resonating with you. This is certainly the experience we've had. It's the experience I know that many other medical writers have as well. And the fifth thing that I highly recommend to grow your medical writing business or career is to get yourself a mentor. Having successful people in your life, and successful people have a mentor guiding them almost always. I have, I would say, like 3 mentors right now. They're in different areas, and I pay for them, and it's highly worth the investment. I really learn so much, and I try to do what they teach me to do, and I am good at doing that, and continually growing our business. The way I learned how to get 100,000 views on YouTube for the ADHD project and 20,000 views for this project is from a mentor, and I've followed his steps and I've learned, and gosh darn, I'm doing that very successfully. Going it alone slows you down and involves guessing. I know I've struggled for many hours on my own just trying to figure it out, but when I took the time and invested a little bit of money to get an opinion from somebody who is more accomplished than I have just broken through. I provide private consults to people. We'll talk a little bit about that. People have also had great experience with me. So what we know you need is trust, someone who's been there. Again, you need affordability. You need expertise, someone who knows the ropes, and a guide, someone who can help you take next steps and priorities and get you out of being stuck. So before we move on with the webinar, can I just ask, does anyone have any questions? You can put them into the chat box. Okay, how do you balance your doing your work and finding time to the continual networking and learning? That is a great question. I'm going to be talking about that in just a moment. I've got this concept of the two-headed medical writer, and I will talk more about that on an upcoming slide. Thanks so much for asking that question. I appreciate it. Let me move on. So the next topic here is why the Medical Writing Network. Why are we here? Why am I doing this? Why should you consider joining us? Well, the first thing, and this is really a recap of what we've just been through, is we know you need training. Either you're new to the field, or you want to have, learn a new method of writing, or you just need a refresher. So part of the reason the Medical Writing Network is here is to provide easy, convenient trainings for you in 1-hour bites. So it doesn't take a long time. It's not all day. You can take an hour of the day and learn, and then you can come back and watch it again if you want to. You can take notes, and you can build on your skills. The second thing is a continual updating of skills, as we talked about before. We're always learning. This is why the Medical Writing Network exists. We've got 30 hours of webinars. We're going to be adding a new one each month so that you can continue learning, and frankly, I continue learning. You want to build both writing skills and promotional skills, which goes to our question. You need to be a two-headed writer where you balance that internal versus external, and we'll talk about how to do that. The next thing is to be social. Writing is introverted, as I've talked about, and being social is extroverted. You need to come up out of the deep work you're doing and be social with people, to share and to be top of mind when they have a need. The Medical Writing Network needs to be affordable. So many of us learn on the job, and what the Medical Writing Network affords you, and very affordably, is the ability, again, to be able to take a break, learn something, go back to work. no hotel, no transportation, no food, no time lost. It's really just kind of integrated into your life. And then the final thing that the Medical Writing Network is that we know you need is online convenient access. And our services are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So you can do this anytime you want. You can do it when you're free during the day. You can do it on a weekend. You can do it on a vacation, or you can just take a break. So we've really designed this for you to be, again, affordable, convenient, and accessible. I see another question here. If I want to start a freelance business or really want to start as a freelancer, but I don't know how to build up my network without being employed, we'll get to that. Thank you for that question. Okay, so let me go to this idea and we'll talk a little bit about this. I love the Muppets. And so again, what we're talking about is another thing we offer is we offer services for you as the introvert writer, and we also offer services for you as the extrovert promoter. So let me answer that question in terms of being both and what's the balance. You need to set aside time each week, and I would say even each day, to be promoting yourself. It's really a question of developing a habit. It's like brushing your teeth or taking a shower or whatever it is you do on a daily basis or a couple times a week. I mean, you take time to eat every day. So it's really a habit that you need to develop so that you're not only doing your writing work, but you're also promoting yourself. And what we teach you and where we can really help you is when you think about becoming an extrovert and doing promotion, we have a lot of tools and a lot of methods and a lot of tips on how you can promote yourself efficiently. I can't really go through it in this introductory webinar, but we have a number of webinars already posted, and our group coaching will focus very much on that to really work with you to develop habits that you can work on each day or as part of the week to get yourself out there, whether that be on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. There are so many different ways, or even on your own website by blogging. But there are just habits that you need to have, and we can set up schedules with you so that you know exactly what to do, and you do it in a minimal amount of time, and you do it on a regular basis. And what we talked about before, which is the continuous presence online and how people find you, this is really what makes you successful, is to be out there all the time. So, and that it's not every minute of the day, but it's just to be consistent, and so that your audience can rely on you. So you may decide to write a blog, let's say once a week, 300 words or so, and you publish it on Thursday morning, let's say, as an example. Or you do a tweet once a day. There's software that helps you do this and helps you automate it, helps you schedule it. We don't sell that software, but we can put you in touch with these software companies. They're quite affordable, but they're just ways to organize yourself just the way you do your writing or brushing your teeth or eating, so that you schedule yourself in very efficient blocks of time to get this promotion done. So that really is the way that you manage these two things. It's not 50-50. You want to be spending most of your time doing your writing or getting work, and there's a portion of time that you need to do to promote yourself, and we can teach you that. And again, these are repeatable behaviors every week, so you can have a schedule for yourself that, you know, from 9 to 10 on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you're promoting yourself, and you know exactly what to do in that 1 hour, so you can just get it done. So that's what I'm talking about. I hope that answers the question in general. And let me speak a little bit to starting a freelance business. We're freelancers, and we've built this business as a freelance business, and we've been quite successful, as you can see. The way to get started in freelancing is, again, you have to have the knowledge of what kind of medical writing you want to do, and then you have to have the knowledge of how to build a business. And we can help you with building your website, especially if you join our group coaching. We do have webinars as well in our 1-hour seminars package that talk about business creation and business building. We can help you in group coaching with steps to take to build an efficient website, to get people to come to your website, to bring traffic to your website, to get people to opt into your website when they get there so that you can get their name and email address. And then be in communication with them. And that communication, again, is continuing communication. Can't tell you in the last 5 years how many students have purchased medical writing training courses from us up to a year after they first came onto our list. So people opt into our list on our medical writing websites, and then they may purchase from us a year later when they need it. But we stay in touch with them, sending emails, showing our expertise, offering what we know. So again, we stay top of mind. We're not strangers. So we can help you a lot in building your business. We can also help you a lot in career advancement, and that we will be covering in our group coaching session as well. We also have some webinars on that, and we also partner with a good friend of mine who has a wonderful set of very affordable courses and webinars on how to build your career, how to write your resume, how to be on LinkedIn and have a presence and get found. We really have a lot of wonderful connections for both building your business as well as building your career. So what we really like to think of ourselves as we're your base, and you can stand on our shoulders to grow your either business or career. We can help you with writing skills, business growth, career growth, and social connection. I'm seeing a question here. Do I have advice for fresh graduates to enter medical writing? Yes, I do have some advice. We have many people who take our courses who are not only fresh graduates, but they also may be doing a career change, or they may want to be increasing their income. So let's say they're a healthcare provider and they want to start writing. What I highly recommend is, number one, get trained, and get trained from a credible source. And I believe we're a credible source. We're one way to get trained, and we're affordable. And number two is the complaint that I know, and it's the paradox that I know everybody has, and we had as well, which is, gee, I'm trained and I want to get a job, or I want to get some freelance business, but nobody will give me the business because I don't have experience, and I can't get experience because I just don't have the business behind me, and I am not getting accepted. So the thing that I highly recommend is, once you get trained, is that you create your own portfolio of writing. If you want to do scientific journal writing, you start writing scientific journal articles. If you want to do consumer health writing, you start writing sample articles for consumer health magazines. If you want to do CME, continuing medical education, you start writing needs assessments. So you don't wait to get your first job to develop your portfolio. You start writing your own portfolio for yourself. You don't get paid for it, but it becomes your calling card along with your resume to say, here's what I've done and here's where I've worked before, but guess what? Here are some writing samples. And that really is the way that people get started. It may take a long time for you to get employment or to get a freelance contract, but it really helps if you can show people what you've done. Even if it hasn't been published, you show them examples, your portfolio of what you can do. And that's my best advice, and I know that many people have taken that up and have been successful. And in fact, that's the way we got started as well. That's the key, is to create your own portfolio. So let me tell you now about what the Medical Writing Network offers you, and we'll go into a little bit of detail on each one of these. We have 4 different products we can offer you now, and we have more products coming along the way as we grow. The first is our 1-hour seminar package. It's a monthly subscription. We'll talk about pricing a little bit later. We have 30 hours of seminars ready for you, waiting for you today and when you join. And you can watch them, as I mentioned, in 1-hour segments. They are taught by us and the faculty I showed you before. We have 7 categories of medical writing seminars, and in each of these 7 categories, we have a number of different webinars you can enjoy. I'll take you on a tour through inside so you can see what I'm talking about. Also, when you buy the monthly subscription package for the 1-hour seminars, you also become a member of our Facebook group, which is called Medical Writing Secrets. You can be with us on Facebook. We will be posting in there. You can have conversations. You can make connections. It's a great place to begin to have, again, social learning, sharing of successes. We can also in that set up goals for you that you can do each week, and you can report on your goals. So it can really be an active group, and I belong to a number of those for me. and find them very, very helpful and very motivating. There's one group I belong to where we set out goals for the week and we publicize them. So we're really becoming accountable to group members and say, hey, I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. And then at the end of the week, you report, did you get them done? So it's a really nice way, friendly way to be accountable socially, to put your stuff out there in public and to get it done. We know that people who write down their goals and who get them out of their head and onto a piece of paper or somewhere probably have 40% more chance of achieving those goals than if you just keep them in your head. So it's really making yourself accountable to yourself and to others that really help you move along. The second thing we have is certificates of completion. When you watch one of our seminars, if you'd like to get a certificate of completion, you can order that, and we will get that to you via email. It's a handsome certificate. You can collect those. You get badges for them and earn points for completing our webinars and getting our certificates, so you can earn free stuff with us, and I'll go into more of that later. So the more you do in our network, the more bonus points you get and the more you can earn. The third thing we offer is group coaching, and that too is a monthly subscription. We'll be meeting twice a month, and these will be live webinars such as this, and you can either watch them live or in replay so you never miss anything. And the fourth thing is a private consult package with me. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. And so let's go through each of these in detail. Our 1-hour seminar package, as I mentioned before, is 30 hours of 1-hour seminars in 7 categories. We will be doing 1 new seminar each month, and you get to help choose new seminar topics. In our support page, you can fill out a form that tells us the kind of topics you'd like covered. And I have enough connection in this industry that I can get an expert to talk just about on any topic. So we're looking forward to hearing from you, building this together. You can watch these anytime you like, 24/7 by 365. Again, there's no travel, no hotel, no food, no lost time. It's really you just making time each week to learn something new. It's a monthly membership, and as I mentioned before, it includes our private Facebook page, Medical Writing Secrets. And that's here, as you can see. And this is, we don't really have members here yet, but we're just launching. You'll be able to participate. I outlined here, it is a closed group, so the things that you publish here are not for the public. It's only for the group, so it doesn't go on the rest of your Facebook feed. And you have to be a member to be able to be in this group. So when you sign up for our seminar packages, you become a member of Medical Writing Secrets, and when you stop your membership, this also stops. It's a benefit, an added benefit to being a member of our 1-hour package. I see a question here, how to land an internship at a big publication house to start off a career in medical writing. Let me just finish going through these products here. The second product that I mentioned before is certificates of completion. It's important to share your accomplishments with the world. When you finish watching one of our seminars, if you'd like to purchase a certificate, we fill that out for you with the name of the seminar that you took, and we send that to you via email. We know from our medical writing training and our medical writing festival that people value the certificates highly. They are proof that they've done something. You can publish this certificate on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. It shows what you've done, shows that you're active, and you can also include the existence of these certificates on your resume. We know people refer to us, and we have credibility. And our websites are certainly professional looking enough and credible so that if a recruiter or an employer goes to our website, they will see that we are the real thing and that you are the real thing. Our third product is this second subscription I mentioned. This is group coaching. We're going to have 2 online group coaching sessions per month. We'll be setting those up this next week when people join, and we'll be having 2 online group coaching sessions per month. It's going to focus on business and career building. So it's going to answer a lot of your questions about how to get started. The medical writing training itself we'll leave to our webinars. This group coaching will really focus on building your business and career, not necessarily teaching medical writing techniques. We'll do that with the webinars in the 1-hour package. We share tips, tricks, recommendations. We can all participate as we are today. You can watch our group coaching either live or in replay. You don't miss a thing. So if for some reason you can't make it to the live webinar, we will be posting it in our members area. We'll show that to you in a minute. And you have access to our group coaching members area. Again, it's a monthly membership. Let me just give you a couple testimonials for the kind of the group coaching. I've got a number of people I've worked with here that wrote me some really nice recommendations or testimonials on LinkedIn. This is from Charlotte Jacobs. Jonathan consulted with our young company as an executive coach and operations manager. I want to publicly acknowledge Jonathan for all the incredible distinctions and leadership he's brought to our company. I personally have grown tremendously as a leader and appreciate his years of experience and great disposition. Among many other qualities, which include a strategic head for business and marketing, a steady and experienced hand at working with a wide variety of people, and highly skilled at identifying needs and developing creative solutions to challenging business problems. Thank you, Charla. That was wonderful. Here's Susan Cowan, who's a director of communication at Ohm Essentials. Jonathan is a highly creative, top-level executive with an abundance of extraordinary skills and talents across a wide range of business areas. He's a true entrepreneur, having the insight, courage, smarts, and creativity to launch successful business ventures. He sees opportunities and knows how to maximize them. And I hope you're getting that from the presentation I've given to you in this webinar, which is that we know medical writers. We know what you need. We know what we need. And we've really developed a business not only out of doing medical writing and large projects ourselves, but also teaching you and training you and training students from over 30 countries around the world. He's got the knack of pulling together the right team of players. So as I mentioned before, we have a great faculty that help teach our courses to make things happen in an efficient and effective manner. Here's another one from Gregg Listen. Jonathan has risen to the challenge of working with our startup for-profit venture. Our nonprofit market is especially sensitive to the selling environment. Jonathan has guided us with his expertise in creating and launching drip message campaigns using a particular application that we believe most appropriate for our market. He's a product power user. That's true. I love software and I love using it. He's a great trainer and he runs efficient online meetings with us and is a straightforward kind of guy with a great sense of humor. I love having fun. I would highly recommend working with Jonathan and I'm looking forward to our continued relationship. And then finally, here's Caleb Rick. I'm grateful to Jonathan for his exceptional skills and acumen in offering an integrated approach to strategic business and e-marketing implementation. I love social marketing, folks. I love social media. I'm good at it. I've been successful at it. I can really help you a lot. His thoughtful and sensitive approach to challenges is tremendously helpful, and my colleagues and I agree he's a true and remarkable treasure. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you. So let me just cover quickly the private consult package. I know myself, as I mentioned before, I get stuck in certain places and it's hard for me to move ahead. I just go round and round and round and really don't make any progress forward. I myself, as I mentioned, have 3 mentors I work with in different areas, and I get so much out of taking time and frankly spending a little bit of money to get unstuck. What they're able to do is see where I am, see where I'm stuck, and they are expert enough and experienced enough to know the steps and the ropes that I've got to do to get from where I am today to where I want to be tomorrow. They get me unstuck, and it doesn't take long. It really is, in many ways, you know what? Let me just say this because I think it's a good insight. In many ways, I do know what to do, but I need somebody to help me get unstuck. I know what's the best thing to do, and a lot of times my mentors will simply say, Jonathan, you're right, you need to do this now. Get it on your calendar. Here are the first next steps. So what I do is I get out of overwhelm. I stop focusing on a million ideas and I pick the 1 or 2 or 3 most important ideas to get done this week, and I start doing them. And then I start moving. And that's what a private consult is great for, is if you're feeling stuck and you just have too many ideas and you're swirling and you feel stuck and you want to move ahead, a private consult can really help. I do an analysis of your situation. I do a pre-consult exercise with you, and then I give you a 1-hour consult, which is often enough to get you unstuck and get you moving. And of course, when you do that, we can do a couple of follow-up sessions quickly to kind of track your progress, so I can be holding you accountable for what you know you need to do. And what I also do is I offer bonus materials. I also always like to offer a little bit more, but I tailor them based on what you need. So I can't really sit here and tell you what those bonuses would be, but they're either helpful downloads, or there are a couple extra quick sessions, or it's a some kind of organizing worksheet for you to organize your work and be accountable to you and to me. And let me just give you a couple of testimonials for people who have done this with me. This is Susan Goodrich, who's a PhD. I met with Jonathan last week for a one-on-one consultation, and he provided such helpful insights into my next steps in connecting with new opportunities in medical writing. I highly recommend this great opportunity to speak directly with a true expert in the field. Thank you, Susan. Here's Salil. We had a really nice session. I received a one-on-one consult from Jonathan, and it was what I needed. He did an excellent job going over the work I've done as a medical writer up to this point. He gave me excellent suggestions and a reassurance that I will be successful. He's knowledgeable about the needs of medical writers. I recommend Jonathan without reservation. And here's Lavinia Toro, who we had a session with. Jonathan Marx is a focused person who has vast experience in medical communications. I had limited knowledge about medical writing. I only wrote articles for websites and blogs, and after completing the course with Inkwell, I've been able to understand the intricacies of medical writing. They are an awesome team, and you can do this course or trainings from the comfort of your home. What's even more endearing is the fact that Jonathan guides you like a teacher at every step. He's accessible, and you just need to contact him. He's supportive, intelligent, grounded, and practical in his work. He knows every kind of medical communication you would come across. I agree with that mostly, not all. I will surely recommend him to anyone who wishes to learn medical writing from scratch. So those are just a few of the testimonials I've received for these different services we offer. So again, it's the 1-hour seminars package, it's certificates of completion, it's group coaching, and it's private consults. Those are our 4 products. I can't tell you enough how much you'll get out of each one. So many people have. And we have a lot more to come. As we grow, we will be developing new offers. One of them is that I'm thinking about is actually to have writer profiles online, so that as a member of the network, you can have your profile on our website, that we can develop connections with recruiters who can come to our website and they know us, we've got credibility with them, and basically being associated with us is kind of like a recommendation for somebody who's got good training. There can also be an advertising network for freelancers. So if you have a freelance business, again, we can become a place that people can come to look for people who can do freelance work. So we'll be coming down the pike as we grow our membership, and I'm very confident we will grow our membership, but these are new offerings we'll be able to bring you in the future once we get launched. Let me just answer quickly this question, how to land an internship at a big publication house to start off a career in medical writing. So I highly recommend what I mentioned before, which is to build your own portfolio. Internship, people want to know that you know what you're doing. They don't want to, even if it's free, even if they're not paying you, and they're really just willing to give you the experience, they want to know that you know what you're doing so that they don't have to come back and redo your work or not be reliable or just don't know what you're doing. They look for people who know what they're doing so that they can employ you and you can get some valuable work done for them. So you have to show your value. It's not like you can just walk in and say, hey, I don't know anything, teach me. You don't have to pay me, just teach me. Nobody will want to do that. Everybody's busy. They'll want to get value, and the value you can bring them is your knowledge, your expertise, and your reliability. So if you want to be an intern, you got to have knowledge, you got to have expertise, and you have to be reliable, even if you're not getting paid. I will share with you that in one of our courses, CME Training for Medical Writers, we offer an internship program. We used to offer it to everybody, but to be very honest, we found that about 50% of the people who were going through our course were not good representatives of us as interns. And so we stopped offering the internship to everybody. When you sign up for our course, CME Training for Medical Writers, you have the opportunity to become an intern. And how do we qualify you? We have to be comfortable that you are going through the course and learning the material, number one. You go through the course in a reasonable amount of time. And number three, you are communicative with us and you are reliable even in going through the course. And those are the three signals to us that you can represent us well as an intern. So I can just share with you, again, you need to be reliable, you need to know something, and you need to have some expertise so you can bring value to a publication house to start off. That's my best advice for that question. Thanks for asking. Okay, so let's take a quick tour inside the Medical Writing Network, and I'll show you what's inside and so you can see. Where you go is our website, medicalwritingnetwork.com, and you click this members tag right here over on the right, and it will take you to member login. There'll be a drop-down menu here, and you choose member login. And at member login, you have two options. One is you can either log in or you can join or upgrade. When you join and when you log in, this is the login screen you see here, and here's where you log in at our Medical Writing Network. I love this picture with the coffee and the notepad and the computer. It's exactly what my desk looks like right now, so that I really resonated with that. And when you log in, you can see what you've ordered here. Now, I'm signed in here as me. You see member since September 14th, 2016. I've got all four of the products here. When you log in, you'll see whatever products you've purchased. So if you have the 1-hour seminars package, you click here to continue. If you have the certificates of completion, or if you want to buy one of those, you continue. If you belong to group coaching, you can continue here. And if you have the private consult one-on-one training, you can continue here. So you'll have access to whatever you've purchased, whatever level you're at in this page. Just a couple of notes here. This little icon here with the people, this is our news feed where we'll be kind of keeping you up to date on what's happening in the network. This is the product page where we are now. And this little question mark is our support page. And I'll show you that support page in a minute and what that looks like if you have any questions or problems. Once you log in, let's say you're at the 1-hour seminars package and you continue, you'll go to this page which shows you our 7 categories of webinars. And as I mentioned, we have 30 hours, 1 hour each. There's going to be one new month and you can watch them anytime, but our 7 categories are introductory seminars, great overview of the industry if you're just starting or if English is not your native language, abstracts and posters, building your business or career, so we've got a whole business and career section, organizing your work seminars, and we'll go deeply into that in a minute, presentations on best practices, presentations for the public, and scientific presentation seminars. So these are our 7 categories. We'll offer new categories as we develop new seminars and if they're relevant, but let's click into this organizing your work seminars and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're in organizing your work, and I could only show you 3 seminars here. We've got a number of other ones, but here, for example, is organizing your writing for comprehension. Here's 10 statistical errors even you can find. Here's critical appraisal of research articles. And you can click on any one of those and you can go in and watch the webinar, and there's a lot of other stuff you can do on that page. So let's click into a webinar, and here's best practices for creating fact sheets with Johanna Lackner. You can watch the video here. Here's a description of the webinar itself, and then there's a lot of stuff you can do on this page. You can download resources if we have them for you, so we may or may not have the webinar slides. Not everybody has allowed us to share those. You can download the slides. You can also take notes during the webinar, so this is a great place to take notes while you're watching the webinar, and the notes are right here when you come back. So what more could you want? You can come back, you can review your notes. I believe you can download them or copy them, but here they are so that you can come back and watch the webinar again. I encourage watching webinars more than once. Pick up a certain amount the first time you watch, you pick up so much more the second time. So it's always good to watch again. You can also share your testimonial, and we greatly appreciate that. and you can also start a discussion. And again, the groups discussion, the socializing is great. You'll all learn from each other. I highly recommend that. Now, another point that I wanted to make here is that when you do things in our network, when you share a testimonial, when you start a discussion, we're going to give you points. And you can earn badges when you get to certain amounts of points, and also when you get to certain amounts of points, we will give you free extras. So whether it be a PDF download or access to a new or special area on our website, we'll be very creative in coming up with incentives for you to be active in the network. Again, this is a place where you can come and learn. It's also a place where you can come and interact and be social. So again, going back to that question before about balancing the introvert and the extrovert, this is a place where you can do both. You can come and be introverted and learn. You can become extroverted and be social, and it's all under one roof. Now, the final thing I wanted to show you here is the support page. Again, the question mark. When you click this question mark here, you will go to our support page, and we have here our support link. And so what you do is you go to medicalwritingnetwork.com, which is on our website, and that's support. And when you go there, you see this. Support, we're here to help. And Alyssa, Johanna, myself, we will all be here to help you. You put in your first name, last name, email, and country. We always like to know what country you're coming from. And we may have that information already, but it's always helpful for you to repeat that for us. You can enter your question or comment here. And this is the place where you can tell us about what future topics you'd like included in future webinars. So if you go to medicalwritingnetwork.com/support, you can give us new webinar topics, and we'll be happy to kind of put that into our list. We'll tell you what's coming up next. If we get enough votes for something, I know that there will be an audience for it, and we'll be able to provide that as a webinar, either with our existing faculty or with new faculty. Let me just take you to the group coaching area. This is the group coaching area. There's nothing here except the description, but as we start doing the group coaching, and again, that's going to be twice a month, we will start posting the webinars here. So again, you never miss anything. So there'll be a series of videos here. You can either join us live in a webinar online, or you can watch the webinar here in replay. I belong to a number of these groups, and sometimes I make the live group webinar, other times I watch it in replay, and sometimes, if I really found it very helpful, I go back, I watch the live webinar, and I go back and watch the replay and get even more notes. So this is our area for the group coaching. Let me move on now a little bit to pricing. Well, I'm almost done here, and if you got any final questions, you can ask. We'll just quickly go through this. It's very simple, very affordable. Our 1-hour seminar package is $29.95 a month. 30 hours. You can watch as much as you want, anytime you want. I've heard a couple of reactions to this, and people are saying, are you crazy? Why are you charging so little? This is worth so much more than that. You know, I've done this for 5 years. I think $29.95 is a great price. It's very affordable. There's no contract. You can join when you want. You can leave when you want. Again, what you get with that is the Medical Writing Secrets membership on our Facebook page, and you can watch all the webinars you want, 24/7/365, one new webinar a month. It's a great place to learn for only $29 a month. Why so cheap? I want you to buy it. I want you to learn. I want to train as many people as I can. I'm going to set up some goals for myself in terms of how many webinars are watched per month and how many people we have in the network. I want people from around the world learning medical writing because I truly believe in it. I truly believe it helps the world. I'm on a mission. So I've made it a very affordable price. I hope a lot of people subscribe and that we can really build a community, and from that build these new products that I've talked about to help you get your business built, either with your own profile or a place where people can come to find medical writers they can count on. It's been my dream for a long time, and I'm living my dream right now. The second thing is our certificates of completion. If you want to buy a certificate of completion, it's $9.95 each. You fill out the form that you want for the certificate of completion. We create that for you and send it to you via email. Our group coaching is $39.95 a month. So if you took both, you'd be spending $30 here, $40 here. It'd be $70 a month for all the webinars and group coaching. Now, I've got a special offer for you. If you sign up for the 1-hour seminar package here, and you sign up before Tuesday, November 15th, I will give you 2 months of group coaching free. I'd love you to try the group coaching. So you can try this and see how you like it for 2 months for no charge when you sign up for the 1-hour seminar package before November 15th. So if you want to join us, I'll give you the website in just a minute, but if you join us before November 15th, you'll get group coaching for 2 months for free. I think that's a great deal, and I really look forward to doing the group coaching with you. And the private consult package I mentioned before is $297. I take the time to do a pre-analysis with you via email to give you an exercise to do. I analyze all that and I get on the phone with you for an hour or Skype, depending on where you live. And then based upon what you need, I provide some extras. It's a great price, a great deal, and you get unstuck and get moving forward and get focused. And again, so what I'm really focusing on for you today is to buy that 1-hour seminar package. I hope you will. And it's $29.95 a month. And if you purchase by the end of November 15th, you get 2 months of free coaching. So let's just review what we've been through today. We've done what you've received in this webinar. We've talked about our background and who we are. I hope I've convinced you of our expertise and credibility. We've talked about 5 ways to grow your medical writing business or career. We've talked about the whys of the Medical Writing Network, really to help you move forward so you can stand on our shoulders and either build your business or career, and we will help. We've talked about the specific things the Medical Writing Network offers. We've taken a tour of the website. We've now done the pricing, and we're now have just finished the review. So what I've done is told you what you were going to get. We've now been through it. Here's the review of what you're going to get. And so your next step is to become a member, if you like. And I hope with this time you've invested and the value I hope I've provided that you join us. And the website where you do that is medicalwritingnetwork.com/success. If you go there, you can join us today for $29.95 and you get 2 free months of coaching, medicalwritingnetwork.com/success. And here's what you will see when you go there. So this is medicalwritingnetwork.com/success. We review the membership services. You save $79.90 if you sign up before November 15th. And you want to click right here, the 1-hour seminars package. That will take you to our sales page where you can become a member for $29.95. Alyssa will set you up in the Medical Writing Secrets group on Facebook. You can start enjoying all your webinars, and you'll get 2 months of free coaching, and I'll be scheduling that and getting to you shortly. Your bonuses for attending today. Thanks so much for staying to the end. We've got a Mind Maps PDF. It's tools to visually organize information with helpful website resources where you can go to build mind maps. How to use infographics PDF. It's great for using pictures to communicate quickly. We've got helpful website resources for you. And the third thing is the AMA Performance Improvement Report. And I included this. The American Medical Association is focused now not just on physician knowledge, but physicians' changes in behavior and practice improvement. I thought that would be helpful for you to understand how the whole medical education and medical writing area is not just about improving knowledge, but it's about improving behavior and changing practice. And if you're going to be in medical writing, that's a key thing you need to know. It's not just about knowledge. It's about changing behavior and putting things into practice. So again, here we are. Go to medicalwritingnetwork.com/success. Click the 1-hour seminars package, and I'll take time for just a few questions here at the end. So I see a question here, what's the best way to transfer $29.95 from the Ukraine? A little bit of problem to send. Please do try to order online. You can do it either with a credit card or you can do it on PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, you can sign up for one for free and you can send money that way. The second thing is if you have a problem, I know we can figure this out because I've taken money from around the world. You can write me at jonathanmarks@medicalwritingnetwork.com. There's my email. So if you do have problems signing up, just write to me and I'll be happy to get back to you. Would it be okay to ask freelancers to hire newbies as an apprentice? Where else can we find opportunities to start as an intern or apprentice? Okay, good question. So again, is it okay to ask freelancers to hire newbies? Yes, it is. Please do. Be an extrovert. Get out there. And you have to show what you know. You have to show a portfolio so people can see what you do. I wouldn't just go in cold and say, hey, can you bring me on? Because it's, if you just do that, you become extra work. Everybody's busy. The best thing to do is to provide value, is to be able to show what you can do for them. Maybe you can do research for them. Maybe you can write something for them. My recommendation would be watch some of our seminars, learn to do some stuff, then create your own portfolio, and then go to a freelancer to ask to be as apprenticed. Again, a freelancer is not going to be interested if you're just going to represent more work. They're going to want to know that you can do work for them, take something off their plate to provide them with something of value. You'll be reliable. That's the way to get in to be an apprentice. I would not expect to get paid. I would offer to work for free. But this is the way you get your foot in the door. You create your portfolio for free. You get trained for free. You offer to work for free so you can show your value. And if you show your value and you can really do stuff, the freelancer may hire you. So that's the way I recommend doing that. Where else can we find opportunities to start as an intern or apprentice? In our introductory section in our website, in the introductory webinars, we have a very informative webinar called Career Opportunities in Medical Communications. Go through many of the ways that you can become a medical writer in many of the areas. There are lots of opportunities to become an apprentice or an intern with many different kinds of companies. So there are magazine publishers, there can be hospitals that do continuing medical education, there can be consumer health magazines, there can be medical societies. I mean, there are lots of ways to get involved. So I highly recommend you watch that if you're new. By the way, I just want to remind you that a handout here we've got is our catalog of the courses. I hope you'll download that, a catalog of our webinars so you can see all the webinars we have to offer. So you can pick and choose the webinars you want to watch first. But in that, in the introductory section, is all the different ways you can get to work in medical writing. Thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate your being on the call. I hope you found this helpful and informative. And again, we've talked about 5 ways to grow your medical writing business or career. Go to medicalwritingnetwork.com/success to join us. We'll be happy to have you as a member. We'll get you into our Facebook group, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, everybody.